Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching. It's week 1, the official week 1, episode 2 of the vlog Friday update for the Pro-Line Ultra4usion monthly Mayhem challenge. In this episode, well, what are we going to talk about? We could talk a little bit about how Josh didn't do anything, just as I suspected he wasn't going to. And we're going to look at some of his vacation photos. Roll the tape. Those photos are courtesy of Josh's wife and Nicole. Thank you very much for sharing those with me. I think it's so hilarious that you got all of your family members to wear or show off the Harley Resigns t-shirt. Thanks to you and your entire family for making fun of your husband. What should we do today? Well, there hasn't been a ton of progress, but I did want to show you a couple of the tools that I use when I am doing some of this metal work. It's stuff you can get at Home Depot. You don't need to spend a ton of money. You could get it at Harbor Freight if you have one of those close to you. It's all kind of standard stuff, but let's take a quick look at some of the things right now. So what you see there, this is just a set of snips. They call them aviation snips, I believe, and these are meant for up to 18 gauge steel. You can get them in straight or curved cutters. These are straight, and you can do turns as well. But these will snip through a metal pretty well, and it's a pretty effective way to cut out your shapes. That's pretty easy, isn't it? Anybody could do it. A child could do it. A child should not do it, though. If you are trying to do this for the first time, and you are a child, I definitely recommend you have an adult present and go through all the safety procedures. Wear gloves, wear eye protection, don't do it unsupervised, don't do it on your bed. There are all kinds of things you shouldn't do.
Don't do what Donnie don't does. They could have made this clearer.
You know, don't do anything dumb. I also use these here, and this is like a seamer, I think it's called. You use these to bend and get angles and such on your metal. It works best after you've already cut them out into smaller pieces, because the bigger they are, obviously the harder they are to fold. So yeah, I use these quite frequently. You definitely should have a nice pair of work gloves. These are just, leather work gloves that I've had lying around, and I use them all the time for brazing, cutting metal, whatever, because I don't want to cut these gorgeous hands of mine. I also buy these sheets of metal. This is just a big flat piece of steel. It's 22 gauge, and I got it at Home Depot. I'm sure you can find it there as well. But this is what I use if I'm going to make a bumper or a mount for a panel or a tube or whatever. This is sort of the de facto go-to product, and because it's 22 gauge, it is quite easy to work with. I also got all my parts from RCNerds, courtesy of Shapeways, for the Pro-Line Power Wagon, and I'm really super excited to get these into the truck. This is an amazing piece. This is just for the floor here. Look at those tiny little pedals. Those are adorable. Anyway, this is going to be really fun to put together. There's a lot of neat pieces in here that are really going to make this body come alive. Look at this dash. We should actually take... Look at that. Isn't that so cool? And this is all in the nice, really detailed plastic. It's really quite incredible. I can't wait to put this together. I think it's going to look sick as. That's pretty delicate, but man, oh man, that looks good. I think this goes right there. Look at that. So cool. Even the little tiny emblems. RCNerds even provides little tiny mounting tabs so you know exactly how to mount these things. But look at that, man. That is crazy good. So I'm pretty excited to get all those pieces into the interior of the truck. Of course, it has to be painted first. I think that's probably my next step after I get all the brazing finished up. So plan for official week 2 is to get that brazing done, get that front bumper mounted, get the cage hard mounted to the chassis, and maybe even get those tires prepped and ready for replacing the rear bead with a true 3.0 bead. I think that's going to make the tire sit a lot better on the wheel. So that's sort of next steps. I've got a couple of days before things get crazy busy for me, so I'm going to focus a lot of my attention in the next couple of days on getting all of this done and out of the way. And if I think of it, I'll set up the GoPro and you can watch some of the brazing and some of the metalwork take place in the next week's video. So not much happening for the vlog update today, but I did want to show you that progress will be made for week 2 coming up in episode 3. That couldn't be any more confusing. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.